following program contains strong language and is not suitable for viewers under 18.
Let's talk about sex. It's time we slice through the smoke and mirrors, go down the hidden depths of relationships. Because we've got new...
What expectations do you have that you would want met on a regular basis if you're in a long-term relationship?
Sex has to be good.
But must it be good all the time?
Yes, it has to be good all the time. What's the point eating food if you're not eating it to, because
of... the guy.
Men are, should I say, polygamous by nature.
How dare you?
You know what position you have to wriggle into and exactly when it is, he's going to be like, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming.
Men can come in 60 seconds, gone in 60 seconds.
Today on Love Lounge, we're going to be talking about losing your mojo and how to get it back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to Love Lounge. We have two people in the hizzles. Hizzles. For Shizzle, Oscar and J Lizzle. No, J Love. I'm trying to be cool. Like you, it's the hat. It's making me feel.
Is the hat thing?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I've forgotten how to do that. My bad.
Okay, let's move on. You're not cool. You're not cool. I take it back, Oscar. You're not cool at all. We're talking about boredom today and how it can affect your relationship. Sometimes you're bored because of your situation, like where you are. Maybe you need to move house, move job, move whatever it is. And that's money. You might want to earn a little bit more. Or you're bored with your partner. You're bored with looking at the same face every day and thinking, so I have to shag this one again today.
I'm looking at some other parts.
I did it yesterday. I did it last week. I'm tired.
Especially when the guy is just a one-way guy.
What do you mean?
No.
One-way guy?
Not in...
Which guys have you been hanging around?
Adventurous, what's that word?
Very straight-jacketed.
No, there's no zing. Do you understand? And especially when he's not loaded,
Loaded with?
Yeah,
you have to
proper with the proper
STDs or something,
with the proper tool, to activate that fun side of your inner system. You get what I mean? So boredom happens when some things are not put in place in the right corners. You feel? I don't know.
Boredom actually also comes in when the person is not in love with themselves. You need to be in love with yourself, to fully embrace yourself before the other person can actually enjoy you. So sometimes if you're not connecting with yourself well, you have a couple of loose...
How do you connect with yourself? Do you look in the mirror and touch yourself and like, ooh, yes.
Is this only
you and me, baby?
I don't think.
Or do you look in the mirror and say, you're amazing, you're a star, you are confident?
I totally agree with him. Because a lot of you, Oscar, a lot of people are in touch with themselves, in love with themselves, and then they find themselves in a relationship with people or someone who,
disconnect.
It was going well at first, and then something just happens. A relationship is like food. You need to preserve it. Cooked food, I mean. You need to preserve it. Do you understand what I mean? If you don't preserve it, then it gets
you're right, actually. You're
so
quite right.
It's not about me loving myself. I love myself every day. I love myself. But if you're if you're not inventive, if you don't see me finish, when there's a see finish factor, you just tend to get bored.
Oscar, do you think there's somebody who's more likely to, guys or girls now, gender-wise, who's more likely to experience see finish and then lose interest in their partner?
This is on record, right?
On record.
I think to a large extent, most women tend to get bored.
First. Really? J-Love?
I disagree.
And
most guys...
This is the reason why I'm saying so. Okay. A guy really doesn't really take much for us to get excited, if I can use that word. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. But for the ladies, I've noticed over time, relationships, talking to friends, that women tend to want a certain there's a certain expectation they want from the men, and they expect that to keep on happening consistently, which exhausts the guy. So what usually happens over time is sometimes the girl might after a while, just like, it's not happening. There's no zing.
J-Love, what expectation do you have that you would want met on a regular basis if you're in a long-term relationship?
Sex has to be good.
But must it be good all the time?
Yes, it has to be good all the time. What's the point eating food if you're not eating it to, you know, because
of... eating the guy.
But I disagree with you. Men tend to get bored easily because men are, should I say, polygamous by nature.
How dare you? I'm right here. I'm a man right here.
Men are driven by sex, actually, because it doesn't take much, like he said, to, you know, turn a man on. You know, as long as you have boobs and, you know, the behind, it's easy to make a man fall. So he tends to, the temptation is, you know, more
there.
But there have been studies that have come out recently that have proven that women are just as sexual as men are. It's just we might sometimes not choose to act
of who
on
gets
it.
bored easily.
Yes.
The men.
But then they also say the men are more visual people.
What
right?
we see moves us.
Yes. So
but that's
is it who gets bored more easily, who gets bored quicker? Let me is it like the guy gets bored like, okay. When you put it that way, definitely it's the guys. When you put it that way. I was looking at it from the point of view of women who have a certain expectation, and then if it's not met, they tend to just switch off.
So I'd like you to flirt with me on a daily basis. I want you to send me flowers once a month, and if you don't do that, I get bored.
And then they get bored.
Looking for someone else who'll give me that attention.
Precisely. Because I mean, I've been in a relationship where the build-up, the foreplay means a lot more to the woman than the actual act. And then you find out that guys really just want to hit that and go.
So that's the difference between a man and a woman.
Yeah,
why wouldn't you want to foreplay before, you know, doing the main thing?
I'm talking general. I'm not saying
we're talking football. Yeah, you guys dribble. You dribble before you score the goal. So when it comes to sex, yeah, you have to put in more effort because you get off easily. I mean, you just come.
You mean men
quickly.
generally or me?
Men.
Okay.
Men can come in 60 seconds, gone in 60 seconds. But a woman needs
the warm-up.
You need to build it. Yeah. You know, you need to show her that, you know, this is special. Even if it's a quickie, even if it's just 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you need to involve her somehow. You need to make her know that it's not me trying to get off now, I need relief, but it's me, you know, thinking about you too. You know, it's an us thing. I always emphasize on the us thing. But then we're fine. If
you're in a long-term relationship, at some point in time, you'll know if you're 6 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes man. You know his moves, right?
That's where boredom comes in. Because you know
what position you have to wriggle into and exactly when it is he's going to be like, I'm coming. Oh, you're going. Okay.
Men sound like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Baby, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
You can't time it. No. Certain positions you're like, yes.
Okay, come.
Now, based on that, based on the fact that you're dating this person, you've been dating them for however long, you get to know their kinks and what kind of positions you can be in and stuff. So you know what to expect. Does that mean that you can't avoid boredom in a relationship?
You should be able to. That's where the issue of see finish enters, my sister. Do you understand? And that's the problem with us, you know, this generation. For a lady, you're dating this guy for like 3, 4, 6 months, 2 years, 1 year, no matter how long you're dating him, you get too comfortable. And then you guys start acting like married couples. I'm not saying married couples don't have fun. I don't know. But you start acting and then you get comfortable. You need to move away from your comfort zone and try new things, do new things, you know. Act single, enjoy your life. And that's where boredom comes in because you're comfortable, you're living in your comfort zone. And your comfort zone is freaking boring.
I have a message on Facebook from Sholatimi who says, my wife and I met in the club. She was very fashionable. She dressed in a particular way that I liked. Fast forward to 1 year into the marriage, she's now Mrs. Conservative. I have tried to be subtle in telling her to go back to being my bad girl. What can I do? We need help. I'm looking at you, Oscar.
It's
every girl goes through her boo-boo moments.
Yeah, every girl goes through her boo-boo moment, but then again, it's a tough one. There are periods in a woman's life, I mean, when marriage comes in, she just lets go. I went through that with my wife. There's some things that don't just matter as much for that period. it takes a lot of self-will and dedication for a woman to like flashback
to be a Madonna
and be, yeah,
Why,
be a
reinvent
Madonna
yourself every
and reinvent
3
yourself.
months.
Yeah, so he needs to keep on hitting that in terms of passing that message across. But then again, it's about the woman. Is she willing to make that extra
and
effort?
society? You see a woman dressed some kind of way, and you're like, isn't she a married woman? Why is she dressing like this? Do you understand? She grew up in this society where we're quick to judge and quick to say, you're not doing the right thing. You're not doing what's right. You're not dressing right. You're not. You know, you have to be a role model to your kids. You have to do this.
So the
and I think that's what she's doing.
The tight dresses should go.
I think that's what she feels.
Every guy's nightmare is the booboo.
Even her parents, will tell her, don't you know you're a married woman now? Oh, the nets, the hair nets.
The hair nets.
I mean, I literally had to like go lingerie shopping shortly after because she was so fixed. I mean, we had twin girls.
She's
so
watching though.
There was a lot of pressure, and that's one thing guys need to also understand. There's a lot of pressure on the woman. So her psyche, her body, her hormones, her mojo is just down. It's not what she wants, but it's just what it is.
True.
So it's for the guy to just jumpstart that and reinventing. The Madonna, the guys need to put work into it. I won't lie. You need to put work into your sexual relationship, just like you would with your business, your work, your car, your football club. It's that important. And if you don't do that, what tends to happen is this boredom. That's one side of the story. But for the women, I mean, women, you really need to, whatever it is that turns your guy on, you need to know it.
I remember seeing a meme where they said that if you haven't seen a woman, they had a picture of a woman in, the ugly hairnet and like an ugly I'm at home loungewear. And said if you haven't seen her in this outfit, it's not love yet. You don't know her yet until. And I thought, that actually is true at some point in time.
You have to go through that process.
But to answer his question though, I've watched someone way younger than me get married, and she had to adjust to being a missus, and I know the stress she goes through every day, trying to keep the home, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to make sure that husband's food is fresh. And sometimes the woman has so much she's trying to juggle and try to do that she forgets to take care of herself. So you don't completely blame the woman that she's losing herself and she's
so should the husband then be trying to do treats for her, take her out and just give her a moment where she forgets she's not just a wife. She's not just.
I've noticed that some of the simplest gestures matter a lot to women, especially your partner. And it's for the guy to pay attention. We men generally, more often than not, don't pay attention. We always want it to be a certain way from when we're dating and expect it to run throughout. And then my wife would tell me, well, I want you to have a six-pack. I want you to do this and do that. There are also things that turn a woman on.
Yes.
And there's a lot of women out there that are very sensual. It might be the way you work. It might be the way you dress that turns her on. The way you what?
Smell.
The way you the way you smell. Yeah. So all those little kinks are the turn-ons.
Okay.
And it takes a lot of paying attention. It's no easy task for a guy. And when you're deciding to be with a woman, you need to make sure not only do you reinvent yourself, but find out those things that will turn her on. It could be a scented candle. It could be a type of dress. It could be a designer bag.
It could be a touch.
It could be a touch. It could
Now,
be
it's
a
not
touch.
just
It could be,
the
depending on
sex.
whatever it is. Yeah.
It's not just the sex or the appearance that people get bored with sometimes. It's even conversation. When you first
intellectual
meet
conversation.
someone, there's the first 3 months, you're like, you literally can't stop talking to your friends about how, he said this and he's so smart and he's so... And then after a while, it's like, well, you don't really have anything new to say. So how do you find something new to discuss with your partner?
Wow. It depends on the partner. I always say that when you're about to get down with someone, either a relationship or whatever, there has to be something in common. There has to be something you both enjoy doing. If you can trace your steps back and find that thing again, that helps. If you're with a woman who's very articulate, very intelligent, naturally as a guy, you will also be, if she's drawn to you, naturally you will also be developing yourself in terms of topics, ideas, other things like that. So it depends on the relationship. But at the end of the day, there just has to be some work put into it. It won't just happen organically anymore. It might be what kicked it off, but that's not what's going to sustain the relationship.
You see, that's why wise people say marry your friend. Because away from the physical, away from the attraction, away from... You like to hang with your friend. You know, a friend is that person you call when you're sad, when you need to talk.
But even with your friends, at some point, there are moments of silence that you fall into.
And then you're comfortable in that silence. Do you understand what I mean? I dated this guy, and we talked like 12 hours every day.
I see that your eyes lit up, man. Damn.
We're no longer
She's
together.
going to call him tonight. She's going to call him tonight.
And we used to talk every day for months. Then the day I finally decided, you know what, I want to take this further. Let me spend like a month with you or something.
In his house?
Yes.
And okay, go on.
No sex though. Okay. No sex. No
So you
premarital sex. But the day I decided, you know what, I was going to, you know, get to know him better, you know, and spent a month with him. That was the beginning of the end of that relationship. Because we were just seeing each other, looking at each other.
There's nothing to look forward to anymore. No build-up, no
But he goes to
anticipation.
work, and then we're like, what are you doing now? I'm watching TV. What are you doing now? You understand? But then we get together.
Is it that, or you're more of a long-distance relationship kind of person? J-Love seems to like long-distance relationships, and that's how she prevents the boredom in relationships.
You know, I think
answer?
it's just the mystery of not knowing what he's doing, and you know, and I don't know. There's something about it. A lot of people run away from it, but trust me, the truth is, it's really actually sweet, because you don't have this guy on your neck, you know, telling you have to, you know, go out with him. Or, I don't know. I'm beginning to sound somehow. I'm not really the club kind of person. Do you understand? I don't like going to clubs all the time. So if you're the club type, yeah, and I am not, and we're in a long distance relationship, you won't force me to go clubbing with you every night or every Friday night or something. So you're having fun. Hi, baby, have fun. You know, meet them or whatever. And I'm doing what I want to do. Then I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. There's something about it. A lot of people run away from it, but I like it. I like it. It gives me space. Out of mind or out of sight isn't out of mind for me. Do you understand? It gives me a reason to, an opportunity to connect with your mind. I can't see you. So when I'm talking to you, I'm digging deep into your mind.
Ooh.
Do you get what
deep.
I mean?
Okay.
I'm deep.
I can actually relate to that. Sometimes when we argue, or when my wife and I argue, some of the arguments might be resolved not face-to-face, it might be via text messages. I always tell people that one of the things you should do before you get into any relationship is be selfish. And what does that mean? It means be you. If you like clubbing, keep clubbing. If you like smoking, if you like drinking, whatever it is that makes you happy, be that. And when you come across that other person that makes you comfortable, feel comfortable with who you are.
Why did you have to point at me, that other person?
That other person. We're friends, aren't we? Then you can now start building on that. But the day you start compromising and trying to please the other person,
right,
whatever you compromise in the beginning, you have to keep compromising that throughout the end of the relationship. So,
but when the C finish comes in, then you'll be like, you know what, to hell with it. This is who I am.
I'm not even bothering.
That's when you start having problems.
Problem.
You know?
So, and it's difficult. I won't lie. Getting the right. Well, the person that you can actually build something with in this day and age, with so many distractions, with so many alternatives, it's very difficult in our generation to actually concentrate on anything. You know, you open the phone, none of us can leave our phones for a whole day without tweeting or Instagramming or Skyping or whatever, or Snapchatting. You have to do something, and a relationship requires focus.
Right.
So,
and if you're spending all your focus on social media or websites, then there's nothing left in the 24-hour day.
Well, there are people who have met online and got married, so...
This is also true. Would you say that there are certain things that men find very, very off-putting that women do? And by being put off by whatever that woman does, it then leads to, again, I'm bored with this woman because she always does X, Y, Z.
Possessiveness is one thing, I think.
Okay.
I mean, for a woman who... There's a funny thing about men. By nature, we're hunters. By default, we're predators. We like to chase.
The chase.
We like to chase. Let me give you an example. My brother used to smoke a lot when he was dating his now wife, and she was like, stop it, stop it, stop it. He wouldn't hear. So one day she got up, went to the store, and bought a whole roll, and kept buying rolls and rolls of cigarettes, and kept giving it to him. When he finishes it, you want to smoke, oh yeah, kill yourself.
Yeah.
And then he stopped. And as simple as that example is, that's actually how men, that's the best way to get to a man. Not going through his phone.
Giving him what he wants.
Not giving him what
you like women.
Well, you can use that.
Here's my friend.
You like my friend, take.
Here's my intern. Take them. Oh, yeah, I don't want them.
I don't know any guy who will go that far. But the point is, the best way to win a guy over is not to be in his face.
Before it gets to the boredom without repair, that you can see and identify and know that, look, if I don't curb this now, this guy is going to become sick and tired or bored
when the
or
sex
irritated
is not
with
great,
me.
it's a sign. That means you're not attracted to each other. You're losing the zing. When he starts to take you for granted, little things, you know, it's a sign. When he starts to forget those, okay, I don't want to say forget those little things because men forget things.
What did you say?
I'm very forgetful. I don't remember birthdays. I don't remember anniversaries.
Women are naturally very good at memorizing.
That's why I'm not going to count that.
Dates mean nothing to me.
One lady mentioned something in one of those memes, yeah? She said, why will a man memorize all the soccer statistics, what Chelsea won and which player, and then you cannot remember my birthday? You guys,
I don't watch football.
Little things like, truly, if you start to lose the zing in your sex life, then there's a problem. You know, if he starts to take you for granted, there's a problem. That means he's getting bored. You know, if he doesn't want to see you as much as he used to want to see you, then he's busy. He's got a new toy somewhere. It could be his car. It could be something. It could be a new game. It could be another woman. Usually another woman.
And even boredom
another
could
interest somewhere.
Boredom could actually also be a sign of distraction from the partner. It could be that their mind is somewhere else, not because there's anything wrong with you,
right?
But because maybe the guy is focused on making the next dollar, or things are not going well at the workplace or stuff. So it's up to the partner to read between the lines. Sometimes the problem might not be the partner. Okay. Sometimes.
So just be attentive and then make adjustments where you need to. Thank you very, very much for helping me today. That was helpful. I hope you found that helpful as well. We'll be on YouTube. If you have any more questions, please send them to us on Facebook and Twitter, or just check out the YouTube videos. And I think we're going to cover some other things as well. Thank you for watching Love Lounge. We'll be back again very soon. I have quick fire questions for you. You say yes or no, and that's it. That is it. Are you serious? Yes. Would you tell your partner if you were bored?
No, be back on.
No, it's still in here.
Okay.
Would you tell your partner if you were bored?
Yes, I would.
With sex?
Most of the time, I move to
bored with sex.
I walk away.
No, I'm part one now.
Yes.
If you're bored with sex, would you say? If you're bored with the relationship.
It's